and we'll start as soon as everybody's ready.
Right. All right.
Dave?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Chiedozie, how are you? Obviously, I know you've had issues with a hamstring problem of late. All good in that regard?
Yeah, very good. It was a minor issue. I think it was just a bit of fluid on the hamstrings. I think it's just, with the workload of, games, Saturday, Tuesday, as you know, I think just slight fatigue. And, with rest, I'm back in firing again.
And obviously hoping to be back in the starting 11 on Thursday night.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think, the boys have been doing well. But yeah, I'm hoping to contribute in any way possible. Obviously, every game is a big game, and this will be our final test before the Euros qualifiers for Germany, and I want to be involved. Yes.
Just on that, I mean, how important is it to go into those qualifiers on the back of two positive results and two positive performances this week?
I think it's very important. I think for us, we don't see these friendlies as friendlies. We see these games as an opportunity to get our tactics right, especially when we go into the big test come March. And we want to win this game, and we want to win it the way playing the football that we want to play, and that's the main focus really. We're going to take these two games very seriously. I'm sure everyone is very focused for these games, and I can see from training everyone's fighting to be involved.
I know it's a long way off, but the cabinet today signed off on a joint bid to stage Euro 2028. Obviously in Ireland, I mean, to play in a tournament like that on home soil. I know it's a long way off, but what would that mean to you?
It mean a lot. I think it would mean a lot for the nation. I think be a dream come true really to play in a big competition like that, and we hopefully our voices will be heard in that manner. But it mean a lot for me especially. We're all trying to qualify no matter what, and it won't take away moving forward. We're going to give our all for March time to try to qualify for another big competition in Germany. But to have it in home soil will be very special.
Dave, please.
Normally, maybe friendlies at this time of year, some players might not be too tuned in for it, but for yourself as well, just in terms of actually being down and the starting spot, maybe show as well, partner Michael up front, that you've actually got further on to not so much crew, but show what you can do.
Yeah, from the first day I've been here, I've always said how privileged I am to be in this position, and many players miss out, and I'm here, so we're all working so hard to be where we are today, and you never take this position for granted, because I've seen players come here and not come back again. So to be called upon is obviously a huge honour for me, and I take it serious every time I'm here, and that's why I work really hard, to get my hamstring right, to hopefully get an opportunity against Norway or Malta. These caps mean a lot to me and my family, and we all want to be here, and training, especially today, showed me how much players will put their bodies on the line to be here and to be available.
Would that be in your mind in terms of that you made impacts, starting to score goals and also on the bench, but other players maybe come and go very quickly? Is that actually that's in your head?
International football, yeah. International football is nothing's given easily, and you never take anything for granted. And when I first came here, players like Jamie McGrath, who's come back in now, he had to sacrifice a lot, and it takes a lot of ego as well. He's dropped his ego to go back to Scotland, to prove himself, give himself more game time to come back here, and that's what it takes. And it didn't take a month; it took many months to get back here. So when I'm here, I try to stay focused and push and give my all.
David Spellman, please.
Chiedozie, you're still relatively new to senior international football, but do you feel established in the squad and the team?
I don't want to say I feel established. I'm very grateful for being where I am. First of all, I think I'm giving off an energy, and I'm being a type of player that the team would like to have. Usually, I don't think I'm the main man. I think with my pace and power and my ability to stretch the pitch, I think it's something that the coaches like in me, and that's why they call upon me every time.
And I mean, Scott Hogan and Will Keane have had a withdrawal. That reduces the pool of attacking players. Is that something you relish, the responsibility of trying to stretch the pitch and to score the goals at Ireland?
Yeah, I think I relish the opportunity to be on the pitch first of all. I think to be called upon is always a great honour. I think, you know, a player like Scott Hogan, I really like a lot. I think he's a very, you know, natural-born striker, very clinical finisher, and I analyse his game, trying to bring it into my game. But, you know, when he's not here, other players have to step up, and we all have to take the opportunity, because, as I said, you never know when you know what's going to happen in the future.
Neil,
Thank you.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Your record today with Ireland and with Rotherham this season is basically 1 goal in 3. Is that sort of something you think you can maintain or improve if you're played essentially over a period of time?
I think it's something I really want to improve on. I think I looked at my stats and I don't take enough shots per game, and you know, maybe it's the style of play at Rotherham, but I want to improve that. And you know, I'm sure you would prefer me scoring, you know, 2 every game, wouldn't you? And so, you know, as a striker, you wanna score more goals. You want to contribute to the team, even if assist, or, you know, just be part of the, you know, build up, and just to be effective for the team. And that's what I've been working on. You know, I'm looking at obviously I watch my clips a lot. I'm trying to improve my movements, because, you know, as a striker, if you're not shooting, it's, you know, you're asking a lot for the team to you know, to score goals in another way. So that's an area I want to improve on.
And in terms of looking at your stats and your movement, is that off your own bat, or is sort of somebody directing you to do that?
I think I look at it off my own back, but I have coaches that can help me, give me some information, and we have the analysts. You know, if you need any information, you can ask them for anything, and they'll help you. They'll sit down with you and, you know, go over things.
How Evan was settled in this week?
Sorry?
How Evan Ferguson was settled in?
Evan's doing very well. I never realised how big it was, actually, when you see him in person. He's a big lad, you know, he's eager, and he's very physical, and he works really hard, so I'm hoping for great things for him.
Aidan, please.
Yeah, you know, just to ask you about Evan, I think he's in the squad of 18, he's already playing the Premier League. At 18, you were probably Cork City under 19, he's trying to get into the first team. Just where you were at 18 and looking at someone like Evan at that age now.
It's credit to Evan. I think the abilities he has at 18, I don't even think I had at 21. So that's a credit for him, and, you know, how much he's worked hard in his ability to be here. And, you know, what I like about him, the way he's training. Obviously, he's grateful for where he is, but, you know, he's taking his opportunity. He's not shying off tackles. You know, he's getting stuck in. So I think that's going to play a big part for his career.
On what's coming up over the next month, obviously you have a break. Just talk us through like what the plan is. Will be a week or 2 weeks off, or what's the?
So yeah, next week I'll have, you know, some downtime with my family. So, you know, the managers have, you know, given me the permission to have a couple of days off, which I will take, and I'll go to Paris with my girlfriend and enjoy some time there.
Will you, like a lot of talk within around the game, a lot of ex-players saying they're not going to watch because of, well, we know it's going to Qatar. Would you watch, or do you do a part of that conflict as well?
Listen, I love watching football. I will watch the football regardless of what happens. You know, I love to watch football because you can always learn from, you know, big nations, and, you know, we want to be in that position come, you know, in a few years' time. So you need to watch what it takes to get there. Listen, I'm not a politician. I'm a footballer. I just enjoy watching the game.
John, please.
Gio, we're taking a half minute in, haven't asked you a transfer speculation for a change. But just has that helped you in a way in terms of that was shut down fairly early in terms of the signing of the contract?
So what do you mean by this?
Like there's not that much speculation about you move, whereas previously in previous windows, Swansea and all he spoke about, you sort of committed for the year to Rotherham. Has that helped you in terms of your own stability?
I think I was always focused from day one. I was working with the club to make sure that we find a middle ground, and, you know, they made it clear to me that they wanted me to stay, and from day one, I had my focus on Rotherham, and I think that's probably why, you know, I've started really well. You know, they give me the opportunity to play up top and change me from right wing back to a striker. So, obviously there isn't much information in, you know, all the speculations and in the transfer window, but I was always focused from day one.
And just secondly, I know it was mentioned earlier, Paul O'Brien last night, leather caps. I think you were born just after he finished with Ireland.
Yeah.
Growing up, you know, he was a real symbol for diversity. And that was he someone that you took inspiration from?
I think he's someone I read about. You know, Paul is a fantastic player, and credit to him to come out and, you know, have that speech that he gave yesterday, and you get to know him more after meeting him yesterday. And I think, you know, he's a role model for everyone. I think he was a big role model for Keith Andrews. You know, I don't think I was born yet, or maybe I was over one. But when you read about his story, when you sit there and listen to him, it's a credit what he's done.
Paul, please.
Chiedozie, just wondering, your club manager made a couple of comments about the League of Ireland. Did you have a discussion with him?
I didn't.
Did you
I didn't read into that. I spoke to Georgie Kelly and he gave me a quick debrief. I think it's been, you know, taken out of context a bit. I think what he meant to say, you know, was you know, he didn't want to push Georgie too soon. And you know, it's obviously, I know how the media can be, turn things around, but I know I spoke to Georgie and Georgie didn't take it to heart. I think he was just trying to be as respectful as possible, but I know how fans can be in what they've said.
And finally, Philip.
Yeah, sorry, Sharon, yeah. Chiedozie, how would you sum up the Irish international year?
You know, my personal point of view, I think it's been good. You know, we're obviously disappointed that we couldn't finish second in the table to give us that playoff spot. But you know, I think overall there's a lot of been improvements since I've been here anyway. I think so many players have come in, and when you see players come in, you know, we're all not on different wavelengths. We're all on the same wavelength. And that's what you know, from day one when I came here, I could see what, you know, the gaffer wanted to implement in the team. And I think when new players come in, everyone buys into the culture and the style. And obviously we have, you know, players like Seamus Coleman who make sure that we're all focused throughout. So I think it's really good. And I think the improvement in the last year, especially from June last year when I came to now, is, you know, there's a big step. And I think we've evolved really well.
Are you excited about the Euro qualifiers?
I'm very excited. Yes, I know I'm not very fearful with the nations we've put against, but I think it will be a great test for us. I think, you know, as young players, we all dream to play these kind of nations, and you know, if we can test ourselves, we know where we stand.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.